Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. I'm here with the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Wade, and this is the off season. Yeah, we here, we here, we here, we here, we here, we here, we here. That's right, y'all. That's us. We in the building. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson, and like I said before, I'm here with the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Wade, or should I call them the Groovy Dudes?
Damn, really?
The Groovy Dudes, Big Ed and Wade. But yeah,
It's groovy, baby.
it's groovy. We just chilling, man, fellas. How was your holiday weekend? We coming in off of Memorial Day. How was your holiday weekend?
Pretty good. Had a pretty good barbecue yesterday for Memorial Day, and then I guess we sending my cousin CJ off to. I guess he said Kansas. He's moving to.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So had a nice big barbecue. Played some music in the rain.
Anybody tell me how to get back to Kansas?
So, but yeah, had a good weekend.
Cool.
I feel
cool.
that. Had a good weekend as well. Friday, Saturday was not successful days fishing, period. Sunday, it was a turnaround. Had a very successful day fishing. And it just capped off with a good weekend altogether. And now we're just looking forward to Father's Day weekend where we go camping.
Sweet. That's dope. That's dope. Well, my weekend was okay. I didn't do much at first. Sunday was the best day. Sunday I got out. I think it was Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday, I think. Anyway, I got up, I walked a mile, and then I went and played 9 holes of golf.
Oh, cool.
Felt good to be able to do that. And if you know how I spent the first quarter of my year, you know that was something special to me. It's an accomplishment.
Man.
And afterwards, I came home, and when I tell you I couldn't keep my eyes open for shiznit,
Right?
yeah. And something else I know now. I can't play. I can't. I never. I've always known that, and I know that I can't play golf high. Back when I used to smoke, and I popped the gummy before I went out there. I won't be doing that again.
Hey.
I won't ever do that again. It
Whole
just
moving on you.
it just ruined the game. It takes too much concentration. You got to put too much of your thoughts into every shot, and when I'm lining up for the shot, and I'm thinking about ping pong. I mean, I'm my mind everywhere. I'm all over the place.
Hmm.
Ooh, what if something came walking out the woods? Nigga, think shoot them, hit the ball. Couldn't get it right. I couldn't get my mind right. So, no more of that. Those days are behind me. That said, I before we move on, I do want to say thank you to the troops and and much love to the fallen soldiers that uh, died for this country, and so that's the true meaning of Memorial Day. So I want to make sure we make that recognition. And yesterday, which was Memorial Day, was too. I woke up in the morning. I had planned on making a run. There was a little parade going on over by my job. I was going to stop by see how it looked, but I woke up. It was storming out. It was raining like cats and dogs. And then when it cleared up, called my son. I was gonna go catch up with him. I stepped out the house and it was cold, and I said, "Nah, I'm going back in the house." So I stayed in the house and watched Netflix,
All right.
popped the gummy.
That was a dangerous move. You don't watch Netflix and then pop the gummy. Because now, whatever you watch and just became an addiction that all of a sudden you're like, why has it been 3 days?
Right?
Actually, what happened? what happened, what really happened in my case, is that I cut it on today and was like, where did I leave off? I don't think this comes after the last thing that I saw. The last thing I remember seeing was like, how am I on episode 5? I was on episode 2 last I remember.
You have to go through the episode list just to find
I
the picture and see if you remember something from
if
that
I
picture.
recognize it. That's right. Like I remember seeing episode 2 come on. How did I get to episode 5? I'm not sure what happened.
Like I swear I seen this, but all right, whatever.
Right?
I was gonna rewatch these two.
Let's just rewatch. Let's rewind. Rewind. That said, Boston has swept the Indiana Pacers.
Oh,
Yep. And I'm hoping the same thing don't happen to the Wolves tonight.
first of all, what just happened to your voice?
You
I don't
know
know.
what happened. Crying about them damn Wolves and talking all that shit.
Oh man.
He's talking a lot
Please
of
don't let
smack.
that happen.
He was talking a lot of smack, and I didn't get there yet, but I will get. I'll go ahead and get there. The Mavs are up 3-0 on Minnesota, and Game 4 is tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, half hour.
So by the time y'all see this, it's probably already over.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. We'll
I
see.
was going somewhere with the Boston and Indiana.
I'm sorry.
But you know, I can't talk about other teams other than Big Ed's favorite team, no matter what it is. It's a sport with the topic. He got to jump in. He got to jump into his favorite. He's a homer. I'm trying to break him of it to stop being a homer and talk about what's happening. Talk about what's in front of you, and we get to it when we get to it. But no,
But the Wolves game is in front of me, literally.
All right, but you know, I get
I'm
it.
just joking. I'm just joking.
I get it.
Go ahead, OG.
Look, here's the thing. I have cautious optimism when it comes to these Wolves or any Minnesota sports team in the playoffs, really, because the optimism comes where you're like, okay, this might actually be the year, but you're cautious because, well, this is a Minnesota sports team.
Okay, well, let's talk about Minnesota. We'll get back to Boston since that's the way we got to do things.
My bad.
Evidently, we got to have that conversation first, or it's just gonna keep.
Well, actually, I got Boston and Indiana in front of me right now.
Well, either way, that's all I had input on for the Wolves. I'm more interested in the Boston and Indiana than the Wolves right now.
All right. Well, we didn't. Y'all done sabotaged the Boston and the Indiana story already. So we'll go ahead and talk Mavs and Wolves, and then we'll get back to Boston, and we'll do it the other way around. So I learned my lesson. Lesson learned. Don't talk about try to save y'all topic for last. It don't work. I get it. So anyway, I was talking about the one that was over first, but we'll talk about the one that's still going. The Mavs and Wolves, again, playing Game 4 tonight. Mavs up 3-0. Still a young team, still a lot to learn, still a ways to go. But what else? What's happening to your Minnesota Timberwolves?
Obviously, there's no answer for Kyrie or Luka Doncic, because those are the two that's been killing the Wolves the whole series.
They're quickly learning that they can't bully using this defense the way they did last series. And that's really where the issue is.
Yeah, and there's also an issue that just as the Denver series ended, Ant-Man came out and said, I can't wait to check Kyrie. I want Kyrie.
That ain't working
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's
Oof,
not working out too well.
It's not aging well, bro.
man.
Shut up and just play the game. Maybe he'll learn that. Just shut and play the game.
Yeah, it's
Because Kyrie is killing you now. And Kyrie has really matured.
Yeah.
mhm.
We are seeing a different Kyrie right now.
We haven't heard anything out of him all year.
This has been, but now he's in front of us because of where they are, as far as how far they've come. You know, they're one of three teams left now.
Right.
Mhm.
So you he gets put in front of us, and we're realizing Kyrie has really matured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are watching Kyrie be the person that if he was this guy a few years ago, he'd still be running with LeBron and probably have 5 rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he would have won a ring with Boston already. Or the Nets.
No, because he wouldn't have left. He would have been smart enough to not leave LeBron. You know, he got spoiled by look. We going to the championship every year, right? And it just seemed easy, and so he was like, "I can do this without you. I don't need you. You ain't the reason to do this. I'm the man." And he left and found out that there was more to it than he expected.
Mhm.
But over the years, he's really matured. He found him another stud,
Yeah.
with a guy that's just still enjoying the hell out the game. And Luka Doncic, he is having a great time. Luka is really enjoying basketball,
Yeah.
and that's refreshing.
Yeah. He's playing the game just to play the game and enjoy it and win some games. And now championships as well.
So let's see if they can pull one off. So they're right now in the being put in the conversation of the greatest backcourt duo of all time.
Mm.
I wouldn't go that far yet.
Luka and Kyrie.
I wouldn't go that far yet.
They've been thrown into the conversation. Of course, before they get thrust into that top 5, where one person I know of has put them in the top 5. They still need to finish the deal. They got to close the deal. You got to get the ring. You got to get the ring. You can't be top 5 without the ring.
Yeah.
There's too many tandems you up against.
Yeah.
So that said, I would throw it out. It's a great topic to throw out there, but y'all don't know basketball. Y'all ain't gonna have.
No, I don't know basketball. I'm not gonna act like I do.
I was gonna say any backcourt tandems you think belong in the top 5.
Isaiah and Joe Dumars.
Okay, that's a no-brainer. That's number 1. After that,
I don't know.
yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, but it's been some thrown out there. Magic and Byron Scott.
Okay.
There's been some others thrown out there. But I tell you one that has not been in the conversation that I think belongs.
Ooh, Tony Parker or Manu?
Well, Manu was the 6th man.
Oh, okay.
Manu came off the bench because I would say yes to that though. But Manu was not really. He wasn't a starter. He came off the bench.
Okay.
You got DJ and Danny Ainge, Boston. What about what a tandem that nobody's talking about that I think deserves a little more love than they've been getting is Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton.
I was just going to say them.
Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton deserve some love. They really do. But Stephen Clay.
Stephen Clay. Here's an old Timberwolves one. Sam Cassell and Latrell Sprewell.
Latrell and Sprewell. Yep, I get it. Sam Cassell and the Trail. I'm with that one. Latrell Sprewell was actually
Underrated.
one of my favorite basketball players in the league when he was in the league.
Yeah.
Latrell Sprewell was very, very, very. When I say underrated, I think that's understated. I mean, like a motherfucker tonight. I'm a regular Jesse Jackson. Yeah, Spree was a bad man. Spree was a bad man. He just it was just his style. He was so gritty. He was so gritty and so nasty.
Yeah.
Latrell Sprewell was a beast. I missed. That was a definite. Who was he wasn't there when they got Marbury.
J.R. Ryder.
Yeah, Marbury and J.R. Ryder was it was nasty.
Yeah.
It was nasty too. Yeah, so it's been some really good ones out there over the years. So, but I can't lie, Kyrie and Luca is definitely, if they get a chip, they gonna be in that conversation.
Didn't Gary Payton play with Kobe for a minute?
Yeah, but that wasn't. Gary Payton was past his prime.
Yeah.
Gary was old. They lost to the Pistons.
Okay.
Yeah, Gary was past his prime. What's that light in Wade's face? It looked like
That's the
through some
sun
blinds.
that I've been battling for the last few hours.
Somebody's trying to measure Joe's face.
So Boston has swept Indiana, and not only that. Speaking of Boston just dominated. And how about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? How about that? Jaylen Brown got the MVP for the Eastern Conference Championship.
Okay.
Not Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown got it. But this seems to be a narrative with them, and I've been noticing it the last couple years. In the playoffs, Jaylen Brown tends to play better than Jason Tatum. All season, Tatum carries them, but come playoff time, it's the Jaylen Brown show. That's why he got the big bucks.
Yeah.
That's why he got the money. And if they realize that and play to that, they got a shot. But I tell you, it's going to be a hell of a battle against Dallas.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm counting Minnesota out.
Yeah. I guess I already did.
And I'm not saying that Minnesota loses tonight. I'm just saying Minnesota loses this series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one has ever come back from 3-0.
Didn't LeBron do it?
Nope.
It'd be a hell of a story for Anthony Edwards, though. I will say that.
How many was he down against the Warriors when they came back?
3-1. It was 3-1, and that's the first time it was done in the finals. But ironically, the series before that in the Western Conference Finals against Oklahoma City and Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, they had Golden State up 3-1 and lost it. Golden State got to the finals because they overcame a 3-1 deficit against Oklahoma City, got to the finals and blew a 3-1 deficit.
Okay.
And blew a 3-1 lead to LeBron. Yeah, so it was like, all in the same season right there. And then Kevin Durant went to Golden State right after that.
Right.
You had him up 3-1 and you lost it and you went to join that team. That's why it was considered weak. That's the kind of guy that Dejan roots for.
I was waiting for it.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, Bill Walton has passed away. Speaking of Boston, played for Boston. He got a chip with Boston. The big man, throw it down, big man. Bill Walton passed away. How old was Bill?
1962 he was born, I think it said.
Yeah.
I don't know how old he was. I'm not good at math.
1962, is that all? That makes him about 62. I thought he was older than that.
Oh, so I think he was 62.
Okay.
Yeah, he can't be that much older than Larry Bird.
How old is Larry Bird? Throw it down, big man. Throw it down, big man. Yeah, Bill Walton was he was a baller.
71. He was 71.
Okay, that sounds more like it. That
1952.
yeah, that sounds more like it. I thought that sounded a little young for him. Yeah, and yeah, so anyway, rest in peace, Big Bill, the big red head man. Throw it down, big man. That was his favorite line. Throw it down, big man. NFL news. Can I do some NFL? I got an NFL question for you.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all guys heard about it or not, but you're there. You are there. In ways especially, you should have some answers here. There's a rumor out there right now. And you tell me if you've heard it. You tell me if it's true. And Big Ed might have to Google it. Big Ed he's already getting set to Google. Look at him. He's getting his Google finger ready. Got his finger on the G. Right? Rumor has it that Minnesota was trying to trade Justin Jefferson.
I had heard that there was.
In hopes to get Neighbors.
I haven't heard that one.
Lil Pork Chop told me something about that the other day, and I just kind of brushed that off.
Allegedly, it's come out that they were trying to make a move to get rid of Jefferson to pick up Neighbors.
You know why?
To get their hands on Neighbors.
It wasn't just that they wanted to get their hands on Neighbors. They wanted that rookie contract that Neighbors got. So they didn't have to pay Justin yet.
I don't even think it's like that. I don't know if there's any validity to this. Yeah, to me, it doesn't sound like a smart move. And if this was a move Quessy was looking to make, it would be probably one of the few dumb moves he has made at that point.
That would have been a money in the cap decision, though. I can guarantee it. They're trying to get out from under having to give Justin a big contract now, because they're still dragging their feet on resigning.
We can still tag him.
I remember I was saying this to Big Ed about the other Justin.
Yep.
I'm just finding this interesting how all of a sudden now that it's Razor's team, now he sees validity in that concept, and he was telling me to go to.
No, it's not that I see the validity in it. It's just that I see why it was coming out that why they would have been thinking about it.
See,
I can't see that when I was talking when it was Chicago. He didn't see that.
I could see them looking to trade, but I don't see it being for Malik Neighbors. That's the part that kind of throws me off. If I'm trying to do this, make this move, get a rookie, why am I trying to trade away Justin Jefferson for Malik Neighbors when I can send it over to Arizona and make sure I get Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Because Malik Neighbors was actually the top receiver coming out.
That's to everyone else, but that's not
their target. Not Marvin Harrison Jr. wasn't their target. They wanted Malik Neighbors, not Harrison.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people, and I'm going to say there's more than if I'm not saying that this rumor is true, but they wouldn't be alone in thinking Neighbors was better than Harrison. I heard it a lot from a lot of different people that they liked Malik Neighbors better than Marvin Harrison Jr.
And I myself have even said I like Malik Neighbors over Marvin Harrison Jr. But yeah, when it comes to this
but you would have moved up to get Harrison instead, even though you don't like him.
I even though I don't like him, I think he fits better with JJ McCarthy if we were still making that move to get him.
Man, no, I disagree. Ain't no way I would say that it's better to have an Ohio State receiver for a Michigan quarterback. Hell no. I am not going to
Okay.
agree with that
I,
for
I I
nothing in the
didn't
world.
I didn't think about it like that, but yeah.
Sorry, I am not buying those bananas.
And besides that, ain't Malik Neighbors from LSU
Yeah.
the same school that's been turning out receivers year after year after year after year?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Odell, uh, uh,
Chase, Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. That it's a lot of receivers coming out of LSU.
And I notice GMs tend to have their favorites when it
Yep.
comes to schools. Brad Holmes is an Alabama guy. I don't know if that's going to change now that Nick Saban is gone. I don't know if the Alabama train is going to stop, but so far, Brad Holmes have been chasing Alabama players. The Lions got every draft since Brad Holmes has been the GM of Detroit. They went Alabama heavy.
Philadelphia been riding the Georgia gravy train.
Philadelphia rides
Yeah.
the Georgia train. That's right. That's right. So I've been noticing that some GMs have schools that they like,
Yeah.
and maybe Minnesota likes LSU.
Maybe maybe Quessy likes Michigan.
Maybe LSU Michigan. That's all the Les Miles thing. That's Les Miles is the connection. Find Les Miles and you've got the answer. I have another question.
Okay.
Just a question that I had. It was a discussion I was listening to,
Hmm.
and I thought they missed the question. Nobody asked this question, and I thought it was missing from the discussion. Are there enough footballs in Houston?
Man, let's see. You got Stefan, Tank, Collins. Man, yeah. I don't know. Joe Mixon. CJ gonna have a tough time decision making next year.
Stefan Diggs caught what 130 something balls and was complaining about not getting the ball.
Right.
Yeah. And on top of that, you got these young guys that last year were showing out. So it's going to be interesting to see what the season brings. Because right now they got 4 number 1 wide receivers.
CJ might hit that sophomore slump just on that alone.
I won't say that just yet. There's something different about him. I haven't nailed it yet. I'm not going to sit here and go start jumping on this idea that he's going to be Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady level or anything like that. But there's something different about him. I don't see him having a second year slump.
I don't know. I think the decision making might be too tough for him because he's gonna have 4 number 1 receivers in his ear at all times.
Mm-hmm. He just goes for the one he sees who's open first. It's not that hard. You just go to, oh shit, he's open. Bam. Why make another decision?
But then you also got the biggest diva wide receiver there is right now.
Okay.
Stephon Diggs.
And the thing he's going to have to
Who
understand is right now.
demands?
Okay, but here's the thing. Stephon Diggs has to understand when it comes to this team, he's the one that's expendable.
I don't
You think
he's gonna
Stefan
understand.
Diggs is going to understand that?
No.
He might need, he's going to have to go, because he can sit here, he can start bumping his gums, but guess what? Bye-bye. Okay, we don't need you. We sure as hell didn't need you last year.
What did they used to call T.O.? Team Obliterator? So far, that's been Stephon Diggs.
Watching too much Skip Bayless. So.
Yeah.
Funny how the people he hate, he watch.
Nah, I don't think.
Skip, even though he hates Skip, he's quoting him.
I honestly think even
next he's gonna be quoting Drake.
Oh God, please don't.
Caleb Williams.
No.
He gonna be quoting Caleb Williams.
He said, "I didn't throw 7 interceptions in OTA."
Oh. Caleb stunk up the joint.
Yeah. Going up was possibly the number one defensive backfield in the NFL right now.
Okay. You know what I like though? I like that you're already making excuses for him. I like
He said it was because he did put glitter on his nail polish this week.
that.
Old Carl Anthony Towns just doubled and they didn't call it. Double dribble and they didn't call it.
So speaking of Stephon Diggs, even though I will say Cat has been missing in action during this series, by the way. But speaking of Stephon Diggs, what do you guys think is going to happen in Buffalo?
Yo.
I think they're going to come in third in their division.
Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh.
Well, they got both. they got Miami and the Jets, where the Jets are expected to be a hell of a lot better than they were last year.
They were expected to be a hell of a lot better last year than they were the year before.
Well, that was because Aaron Rodgers got hurt last year.
That was because they got Aaron Rodgers while we had expectation. And then he didn't live up to the hype because he got hurt after 4 plays. And now they're putting him back up there again because Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be coming back. And I think the Aaron Rodgers card is being overplayed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just believe that. I gotta see him do something because I thought he was moving slow. I thought he was dragging, and I thought he was looking a little arrogant. And I thought the offense sped up after he left the game.
Okay.
But we'll see.
All right. I had to pull up their depth chart so I could see because I don't even know. I didn't know who their running back was. So they got James Cook running as their running back, probably their starting running back right now.
Who, Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo. Then they got Keon Coleman and Curtis Samuel. And they got Khalil Shakir, but I'm not sure how to feel about him just yet. I don't know if I could say I could see him being low in the division, maybe not winning it.
I see him in number 3. They lost too much
at the
and
lowest
didn't gain
point,
enough.
I could see him in the playoffs. I could see him going in going into playoffs at number 2.
They got rid of half their defense. They got rid of both of their 2 top receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see them.
They still got Allen.
They still got Josh Allen, and they got a few young guys who are hungry.
Josh Allen has been prone to throw it to the opposite team a little bit too much.
Because he was trying to throw it to Steve.
Yeah.
He's forcing it to Stephon. It's CJ's job now. It's gonna be interesting to see what Josh Allen is this year.
Yeah.
This is the year to judge him. This is the year to see what you are made of.
And I have a feeling that the Josh Allen we get is heavily dependent on the running game he gets as well. And how much he can rely on that running game to be a part of his game plan and his.
He had a running game in a minute though.
Yeah. And this could be the year James Cook really puts it on because at the end of last season he was putting in good work. So if he keeps it going and turns it up, Josh Allen might have an easier job this season, and who knows what that means.
Okay. True, that's true. Well, I'm not sure what to expect. I think second place. I think Miami takes that division.
Mm-hmm.
I think Buffalo takes second place. I don't believe in the Jets. I don't believe. I'm not a believer.
No.
I believe what I saw last year. I believe that what I saw last year was not a mirage. I believe that what I saw the year before was. Why we all bumped them up because they was just a quarterback away, and now they got Aaron Rodgers and blah blah blah. And I really think last year what I saw is what they are.
Okay.
I think they'll be. I think they'll be. I think Buffalo will take second place, and I'm not going to say what place the Jets are in because I'm not yet ready to say New England's coming in last definitively.
Oh man, they got an interesting situation there themselves. Oh my gosh.
I,
Well, your two quarterbacks you have
yeah,
are both bench worthy.
they look bad though. They look like they've put a JV team together.
Oh man,
Who did pick up a quarterback this year?
some dude off of the street.
Kobe Brissett, something like that.
They didn't pick a quarterback with the number 3 pick?
No,
Oh yeah, they got Drake May.
they did.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Man, that's Lego blockhead man number 2 right there behind Sam Darnold.
They did.
Good lord. That
Hey,
man,
he was rated higher than JJ.
Where did Sam Darnold go?
Sam
Minnesota.
Darnold's over here in Minnesota, man.
Oh, JJ riding the bench.
Yeah, JJ riding the bench, but that big ass head's concussion prone, so we'll see how long they'll
I
be.
tell you what I think is interesting. I think it's going to be interesting. I am very, very interested to see what happens in Atlanta
Yeah.
because I said while the season was still going last year, before it all played out, I was a Michael Penix Jr. guy. I thought Michael Penix Jr. was the best quarterback in college football last year. And even though, and it's funny how losing the finals, he totally gets discredited for making it to the finals. Nobody ever talked about the fact that he got there. Nobody talked about the fact that he got to the NCAA championship. They just say that he lost. So therefore his stock dropped. And they was trying to push him all the way to the second round. I'm like, are you crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Penix Jr., man.
Joe wanted him.
I'm not gonna lie. It was, if we didn't get JJ McCarthy, that was who I wanted.
Dude, I think he would have been. I think he's a good pick. I think that in the long run, I think we're gonna look. It's gonna look back at what was largely called the worst pick in the draft. Might turn out to be not so bad.
Would you say it might be a Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson situation?
What was the Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson situation?
Sam Darnold and I can't remember the other one were picked ahead of them, and neither of them
Zach
had it.
Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson.
I'm thinking it more like a Russell Wilson and Mikowski. What was old boy Jack something Mikowski? Magic Man Mikowski.
Don Mikowski.
Yeah, was that his name? I don't remember his first name. Because they went and paid him all the money to come out to Seattle. They took him out of Green Bay, paid him all the money, brought him over to Seattle from Green Bay, drafted Russell Wilson in the third round, and Russell Wilson won the job.
No, that wasn't Mikowski. Mikowski was older.
It was
Hasselbeck?
Magic. It's Magikowski or something like that. They used to call him Magic Man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was they
Damn.
put him out of Green Bay and brought him over to Seattle, paid him the big bucks, and then they drafted Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson won it out. And everybody said, "Hey, there's no way he's going to start this rookie when he just paid Mikowski all that money." And Pete Carroll said, "I'm not the one paying him all that money.
Right.
I'm playing Russell Wilson." And sure did take it. And it looks to me like that. That's what it reminds me of. It's reminiscent of that.
Mm.
So anyway, I'm not sure if you all are aware or not. The NCAA is changing. There are now going to be 12 teams to make the NCAA playoffs. A 12-team playoff in the NCAA men's football.
Mm.
What's your thoughts?
I love it
Why?
because it's gonna end all the confusion of teams that get beat by by teams with one loss, or like last year, there was a team with one loss that ended up going to the championship, that ended up in the playoffs over a team with no losses. So that team with no losses would be in this year.
True. I hear you. You don't think there's going to be? You don't think there's still going to be controversy?
Oh, there's still going to be controversy,
Oh yeah, there's
but
gonna
it
be
won't be
controversy.
like that.
Here's my thinking on it. I first of all, I like it personally. I think it should be 16 teams. Widen it out. The way the NCAA is already working, as it is, it's looking like it's trying to split down two, like the NFL runs, anyways, into two major conferences. So might as well just make it a 16-team bracket, split it up, and start putting in the paving and everything, get the stonework laid out, and just base it completely off of the rankings. Top 16 teams in the NCAA are in the playoffs.
But it's not going strictly off the rankings.
Not going strictly off of rankings.
No, it's not.
I was going to say, because even in the rankings, you still get teams that are unbeaten that don't even get in the rankings.
What? I ain't never heard of that.
Oh yeah,
I ain't never heard of an unbeaten team that's not in the top 25, unless they're not.
schools like Tulane and not Tulane, but
Yeah, exactly.
the small schools,
Right.
they end up undefeated, with winning conference championships, and then don't get
yeah,
no big recognition for it.
those conferences don't count. Not when it comes to football. With basketball, they count. Football, they don't count. Football is a little different.
Yeah.
Kids get hurt. They'll get hurt out there against the big boys. But I think the Power Five will each get the conference champion, and the Power Five gets in no matter what their record, no matter how they're ranked.
Okay. Yeah.
If you are the number 56 school in the country, but you win that conference, you're in. The top four conferences, the champions of the top four conferences will get a bye week. And the other 8 teams will battle it out. And then the lower seeded teams that make it to the next round got to go play those top 4 on their home field. You got to play them on their home field. Not a neutral site. You got to come to the big house, bitches.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we should get a taste of how it works next month in the new NCAA game. The new NCAA game comes out next month,
and they'll probably put that in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
So we'll get a view at how it works.
Yeah,
I like
definitely.
it. Yeah,
and I'd like some feedback on that. Actually,
yeah, I'm getting even more.
I'm
excited.
stream it, so
look, I'm getting even more excited.
I'm streaming it, so
look, it's football season, so this year I get to coach again, so I'm hitting the books, I'm studying video, I'm doing everything. So yeah, no, I feel it. I'm really intrigued by this playoff format and seeing what we could do to build it and make it better.
I think it will give some players some play that wouldn't otherwise get some play.
Yeah.
And a big Minnesota did something for it.
And just put dude on some skates.
Now, if Ant was put on skates, he would react like that. So I knew. So,
It was funny as hell.
but getting back to this conversation, hold up, let me block Big Head. Don't want to be in the conversation. Let's get him out of here. Um. So anyway, I think it's gonna give some shine to some guys that wouldn't otherwise get some shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you get down to those 12, 10, 11, 12 seeded teams, there's a chance these are teams that you haven't been watching or you haven't been getting a lot of TV time, but they snuck into this playoffs.
Right.
Right? So there's some guys you hadn't seen that all of a sudden they shine in against the big boys. And you say, oh, this receiver from Colgate is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And not just us, scouts,
Yeah.
the whole nine.
Yeah, exactly. So that on that front, I think it's cool. But as far as the controversy, it won't. I remember when there was no national championship game, and everybody wanted put it on the field because Michigan and Nebraska had to be co-champions because they both were undefeated, and everybody was upset that they couldn't put it on the field and come to a consensus. So then they decided to do this BCS football game. And everybody said, yeah, but you left out this team. Oh, but you left out that team. There's
Yeah.
no Alabama. There's no Georgia. There's no this. There's no that. So they put it to 4 teams. After the top 4, there's no argument. If the top 4, you just go with the top 4. There's no argument after the top 4.
Except for when somebody in the top 4 got beat by somebody that got left out.
And so they went to a top 4. And then what happens? Oh, you always let Bama in even though they lost. Or the state didn't lose a game, but you still let Bama in. Or they
got beat by, but they got beat by Florida State.
So it's still, so now you let 12 teams in. Team number 15 gonna be saying, but we beat them. But we beat they beat that squad. Why do they get in and we don't? We beat them. They didn't just lose, they lost to us.
Alabama's one loss.
Same thing gonna happen down when you get to 12. You got to remember how many colleges there are. There's hundreds of these freaking things. There's hundreds of institutions. So, yeah, 12 is still going to leave a lot of room for interpretation for people to say, I should have been team number 12. Especially when conference champion is a trash. And now team number 12 gets bumped because the team that should have won the conference is still going to make the playoff.
Yeah.
And there's a trash team that was in 4th place in the conference who got 6 losses, got hot for a minute and won the conference championship, so they get in. And now Georgia got to bump somebody else. So there's still going to be that. That's still going to happen.
They should just go back to the bowl system that they used to have.
Always got to take time to refresh and renew.
You know, I agree with both of you. Because the one thing about the bowl season they used to have, and there was one person I heard make the case because at the time, everybody else was on board with we need a conference champion. And he said something that really made sense. He said, college football is the only system that truly awards the best team in college football.
Hmm.
Every other system, playoff system, a team gets hot and they go on and they win. And you can't tell me the Giants was better than the Patriots,
Hmm.
Right.
even though the Giants won the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So the best team won't always win. It's the team that got hot at the right time. But in college, they reward the best team because it's based on how you've played all year and if you won your bowl game and then you did it all and then we're going to rank you based on your merits
Right.
and it awards the best team. And I thought that was an interesting take and it took me by surprise. It gave me pause because I was all in on playoff, right? I was all in on the playoff. I was all in on college championship game, and this was before all of it. And it was Wojo. I gave Wojo his props. Bob Wojanowski. He made that call, and I said, "Damn, you got a great freaking point there, you fat."
You better shut your white mouth. I'm not getting it.
Big old tub of lard.
Yeah, but he was right though. He was so right, so right. So anyway, we beat that one to a pulp. I'm really kind of done, but at the same time, I'm not.
Oh, Anderson just got put on skates now. Luca just put sorry, it was funny. He just fell flat on his ass. Ooh.
Big Ed. Big Ed. What's the score, Big Ed? Tell us.
24-12, Minnesota.
Okay.
With 150 left in the first.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So there we go. We got our update from Big Ed. I've got a change of heart, folks.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I realized something. I realized it this week.
What's that?
You know who won the Drake Kendrick beef?
The
DJ
fans?
Mustard. DJ Mustard.
Yeah. Yeah.
DJ Mustard won the Kendrick Drake beef because because I said that the reason I gave Kendrick the nod is because he made the best song. He made the hottest song. He wins the beef, right? But then I'm realizing as time goes by, as the week was going, and the more time goes by, the more I realize this wasn't just the best song of the beef. This is the best song Kendrick has ever made in his career.
Mm. Yeah.
It's
Name a hotter song than this for Kendrick.
only number one easy got, ain't it? It's like number one.
I don't know if it's his only one, but it's definitely already proven to be his biggest seller by far.
Oh yeah, people in the clubs is playing, eating it up.
Man.
Clubs, on TV, on radio, on comedy shows, everywhere I turn, you
They not
hear
like
it everywhere.
that and the BBL Drizzy.
Yeah, BBL Drizzy's just going all over the place as well.
I'm not hearing the BBL Drizzy as much as I'm hearing.
Yeah. BBL Drizzy is not as
like us.
BBL Drizzy isn't as commercial as Not Like Us is right now. 'Cause
Right.
Not Like Us is a diss track that just became super commercial to the point where you're seeing it in every form of entertainment.
Ain't that ironic?
Yeah.
Ain't that ironic? Ain't that ironic? The hip hop, the culture, and he wins because he went commercial against Drake, the most commercial motherfucker in the game. Ain't that ironic? I just find that ironic. Diddy's son is sentenced. Oh wow, I didn't hear about that.
Hmm.
I'm looking for
What do you
this.
get? Community service?
I have no idea. Because it wasn't a story, it was a YouTube video, and I hate when people do that. Stop posting YouTube videos.
He needs to be sentenced for that whack ass diss track that he made against 50. He need to be brought up on serious charges for that.
Okay, I found what I was looking for.
Need his hip hop card revoked.
I found what I was looking for. Y'all ready for this one?
Let's
Okay.
get it.
I'm waiting to hear this. I'm waiting to hear this. All right, somebody did it. Chat GPT. Somebody used Chat GPT to count down the top 10 greatest rap albums of all time.
Oh wow.
Oh,
According to Chat GPT, here are your top 10 rap albums of all times. Y'all ready?
Yep.
No, not necessarily, but yeah.
At number 10,
It's gonna be so bad.
Tupac, All Eyes on Me.
Wow.
Okay, I'll have to hear more.
At number 9, Outkast, Aquemini.
Aquamini.
Aquemini. That's what it is. Aquemini.
It's actually a Quemini.
I pronounced it wrong. It's Aquemini.
It's actually a Quemini.
It's Aquemini. Damn it. At number 8, that's what you get for making up words. At number 8, A Tribe Called Quest, The Low End Theory.
Okay.
All right.
At number 7, Jay-Z, The Blueprint.
Okay.
Okay. We'll switch those two, but
At number 6, Dr. Dre, The Chronic.
Mm.
I actually would put I would actually put Chronic around number 10.
Yeah.
Chronic was a game changer, though.
But I could think of 10 albums, 9 albums better than Chronic. All Eyes on Me being one of them.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that either.
Number 5, Public Enemy. It takes a nation of millions to hold us back.
Ways to disagree with that.
Ways has no comment. At number 4, Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly.
In my personal top 5, yeah.
Not even sniffing my top.
No. Not
That's
even in the top 10.
No, my personal top 5.
Not even sniffing it.
If you don't put Midnight Marauders ahead of To Pimp a Butterfly, then you have no business making the list.
At number 3, Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers.
That's my number 1 by far, period. But that's very, very much biased.
At number 2, The Notorious B.I.G., Ready to Die.
Okay.
And at number 1, the number 1 album, rap album of all times, according to Chat GPT, I keep calling it GPD. Nas, Illmatic.
Ooh.
Okay, I can get with that one.
I can get with that one.
All right. There's your
What?
some thoughts.
Yeah. There's some that could have been left off the list and replaced with a couple others.
Okay. I'll give you one.
Midnight Marauders. I'd replace To Pimp a Butterfly with Midnight Marauders.
I would probably replace the Low End Theory with Midnight Marauders.
Okay.
Ways, you got any replacements there?
I'm thinking, and I can't think of anything right now.
Oh, look, Ways likes the list. Ways likes the list, folks.
I'm thoroughly shocked because Chat
What the-
GPT usually has absolute horse crap when it
What
comes.
about the first the first Day La Soul album too?
I like it.
I'd put that in my top 10 somewhere.
I like it. It's not. I'm not. But I like it though. I tell you what.
Oh, what was number 10 again?
Number 10 was All Eyes on Me, Tupac.
I'm trying to think of one that I would like to replace, and I can't.
Me Against the World.
I was just about to say it. Which was
Speaking
why
of
I said
pop.
say one. Which is why I said say one so everybody else can say something. But anyway, you stepped on mine. I was about to say Me Against the World by Tupac. I would probably put in over All Eyes on Me. I think that's a better album.
Yeah.
I think Me Against the World is a better album than All Eyes on Me.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I would replace with College Dropout, but
you know what?
That's the Blueprint.
Jay-Z's albums is a blur for me, so I don't know what I would replace. I mean, I liked my personal favorite of his was Reasonable Doubt, but I don't know that Reasonable Doubt is actually a better album. That's just the one that I like.
Personal preference.
Right.
And that was largely because that's how it was introduced. I mean, there's a lot of joints missing here. I mean, it's not there.
I didn't hear any Run DMC.
And Raising Hell, man, is disrespected on all these lists.
Shit, The Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood.
Mm-hmm.
And DMX on the list.
It's dark and hell is hot.
No DMX is on the list. No Run DMC. No Houdini.
No Vinny Vici. Ja Rule had some hits on that album.
Yeah, but I ain't putting Ja Rule in my top 10.
For real, man.
I wouldn't either. Oh, shit. Speaking of Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking that over to Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
It's not even close. To me, that's not even close. Get Rich or Die Trying is top 5 for me. No doubt.
I would probably replace To Pimp a Butterfly with College Dropout.
I like College Dropout too.
I might agree with that too.
Because I'm trying to rationalize it. It's like, when it comes to greatest album of all time, it's College Dropout's right up there, and I would absolutely listen to that before To Pimp a Butterfly.
We ain't gonna put Heartbreaks and Heartthrobs in there.
Nah.
This is not a bad list. I want to say that. I agree with you, Ways. This is not a bad list. There's some things I would do differently from my personal standpoint. I do think Get Rich or Die Trying by far belongs on this list. I can take definitely The Pimp a Butterfly. Low End Theory, I take it over that. I take it over the Blueprint. And like I said, I think Me Against the World is Pac's best album, not All Eyes on Me. I think Midnight Marauders is Tribe's best album, not Low End Theory.
Mm-hmm.
The Chronic, I understand because of historical value, even though I think Snoop's album was better.
Yeah.
But the Snoop album exists because of the Chronic.
Right.
So I understand the historical value of the Chronic and why I think it definitely belongs. But I also understand the historical value of Raising Hell, and that's why I think it also belongs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think Raising Hell is getting very disrespected by hip hop history. And anyway, I think we've beat this show up. I've had fun with it, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm done with it.
Hey, I got an announcement for upcoming episodes of the Smoke Session.
All
Not
right.
gonna happen right away, but the Fatal Four is gonna make a comeback.
Oh,
Hell
the
yeah.
Fatal Four is making a comeback, baby. Okay, all right. I like it. I like it. We're making a comeback for the Fatal Four. And first we got to make a comeback for the Smoke Session.
Yeah.
It's hard over the summer, man. It's hard. It gets hard because in the summer, people tend to stay late, come late on Fridays, and hang at the dealership. So we end up staying open later on
Yep.
Fridays than normal. So I'm getting home later, and I'm
Or
home
or
tired.
people go to the wake, or people go to the lake for the weekend.
And then that happens. Other stuff happens on the week. So it's like Friday I get caught up in work,
Mhm.
and Saturday I get caught up in fun. And
Yep.
Friday I get caught up in work, and Saturday I get caught up in play. So stuff happens. It's summertime, man. We want to get out and enjoy it. So the weekend gets a little harder. But this time slot here,
Mhm.
It's
keeps
constant.
keeps on rolling. That's why I'm throwing stories in that probably belong in the What Up Though show, because I have no idea if I'm gonna do the What Up.
Right.
So I just throw it in now. So it's the off season, baby. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? And that said, I would like to thank you all for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's the What Up Though Show Network. And I want to thank Big Ed and Wade for always being here. I want to thank you all for joining us. Like the content, subscribe to the channel. Did I say that already? Subscribe to the channel because we want to get our subs up. And I've got an announcement about the What Up Though Show and all the shows, not just the What Up Though Show, but the shows on the network. Other shows on the network. We will soon be going live as opposed to pre-recorded. We will be going live. So you will have an opportunity to see us live as well as pre-recorded, because once it's live and it's done, it'll stay out there for you to see the recorded version. But it will be live when we're live, and you'll be able to see it as we do it. And still the same shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We ain't cutting nothing out now. We cutting nothing out then. So we may as well be live. It ain't like we editing the show. So it's just gonna happen the way it happens. And that's all I gotta say. Y'all got any last words?
Hey, if you're in the Minneapolis area, come to damn, I can't remember the goddamn address. But it's the Come Through Volume 5 on DJing there this Thursday from 6 to 9. It's a show for my cousin that I'm doing, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Boom, shaka. Any last words, Waves?
Hey, there's two things I'm worried about right now in my life: fishing and football.
It is. And all I got to say is big up to the groovy dudes. We out of here. Catch y'all next time. Peace. You're gonna have to get the groovy dudes on the Fatal Four.
Yeah.
We out of here, y'all. Peace.